All right, today we're breaking down a system that has totally changed the game for millions of people. It's all based on David Bach's incredible book, The Automatic Millionaire. We're going to see how you can build some serious wealth, not by painfully tracking every penny, but with a simple, almost effortless system. So let's just dive right in.
So let's start with a really big question. What if getting rich wasn't about luck, or having a massive salary, or making these huge sacrifices? What if it was something that could just happen, on autopilot? I know, it sounds a little too good to be true, but that's the core promise we're going to unpack right now.
For as long as we can remember, we've been told that building wealth looks like this thing on the left. It's stressful, it's overwhelming, you're buried in spreadsheets, it takes superhuman discipline, and let's be honest, it is just exhausting. The automatic system, though, flips that whole idea on its head. It's designed to work quietly, in the background, building your wealth for you, even while you sleep.
And really, what we're talking about here is a fundamental shift in your identity. It's about moving away from just wanting to be rich to becoming someone who actually has the system in place to be rich. It's about making the process so simple you literally can't fail.
All right, so first up, let's tackle the biggest myth out there. This idea that you need to be some kind of financial wizard or have insane willpower to build wealth. The truth is, the most common beliefs about money are often the very things holding us back.
So the concept that really unlocks all of this is called the latte factor. And look, David Bach is not saying you have to give up your coffee, I promise. He's just saying that all of us have these small daily expenses that are leaking money from our pockets. This is money we already have that could be working to make us rich instead.
And it all starts with a number that feels, well, pretty manageable. Just $10 a day. That could be your fancy coffee and a scone, or maybe a lunch you could have packed from home, or even a subscription service you kind of forgot you had. It's not really about sacrifice, it's just about awareness. So what happens when you take that little $10 a day and give it some time? Well, this is the power of compound interest in action, and it is just incredible. After 1 year, you've got about $3,600. Not bad, but look at 10 years. That's $60,000. And in 34 years, assuming a pretty standard 10% market return, that becomes $1 million. That is the magic of starting small and just letting it run. And this quote from the author himself really just hammers it home. Your income alone doesn't create wealth. A big salary can disappear just as fast as a small one. Real, lasting wealth is built on what you keep and what you do with it. Okay, so we found the money with the latte factor. But now what? How do we put that money to work? Well, that brings us to the core engine of this entire system. The number one rule, pay yourself first. Think about your workday for a second. When you get your paycheck, who gets paid first? It's usually the government, right? Then your landlord, then the credit card company. Everyone gets a piece before you do. This principle says you gotta flip that around. The very first chunk of your income, before anyone else gets a dime, should go straight to your future self. So how much are we talking about here? Well, the book gives us some really clear targets. Even putting away 5 to 10% of your gross income puts you on a solid path. But if you want to be rich, you're aiming for 15 to 20%. And for those who want to get there fast, it's over 20%. The only question is, where on this chart do you want to be? Now, this next part is what turbocharges the whole process. When you pay yourself first, where you put the money is absolutely crucial. By using a pre-tax retirement account, think a 401k or a deductible IRA, you get this immediate, powerful advantage. You don't pay income tax on that money today. The power of this is just staggering, and this chart shows you exactly why. Look at that first bar. If you invest $1 after paying taxes, it's really only 77 cents after a year of growth. Now the middle bar, invest that same dollar before taxes and it grows to $1.10. But the real game changer, that third bar. If your employer offers a match, that dollar can become $1.38. That is literally free money. You can't beat it.
Okay, so we've found the money, we know the best place to put it. Now for the final piece of the puzzle, the secret weapon that makes this whole system completely effortless, automation.
This is it. This is the whole system in 3 simple steps. You set it up one time, and it works for you forever. Step 1, you open the right account. Step 2, you automate the contributions. Step 3, you relax. By taking money from your paycheck before you can even touch it, you completely remove willpower from the equation.
And you don't have to stop with just retirement. You can apply this same set-it-and-forget-it principle to your entire financial life. You can automatically build your emergency fund, pay down debt faster, make extra mortgage payments, and even automate your charitable giving. It's all about designing a system where you are guaranteed to succeed.
So we've covered the whole system. Now let's bring it all back to you. Because this isn't just about numbers and theory. It's about a personal transformation that starts with one single, simple action.
You know, David Bach shares this really powerful story about his grandmother, Rose. He says that on her deathbed, her biggest regret was that she always chose the safe path. She let the big girl inside her hold the little girl back. And she urged him to take more chances, to let that inner child out to play.
And that's really the choice here, isn't it? Deciding to automate your savings isn't just a financial transaction. It's you letting that little boy or little girl inside you take a chance on a life with more freedom, more options, and way less worry. It's really a vote of confidence in your own future. So that leaves us with one final question. You have the blueprint now. You've seen how simple this can be. What is the one automatic step, no matter how small, that you're going to set up today to start building your richer, fuller life?